All right, today we are diving into something truly revolutionary. We're talking about the partnership between two of the most powerful technologies on the horizon, 6G and artificial intelligence. So what actually happens when you combine the next generation of wireless with machines that can think? Let's get into it.
It's really easy to just think of 6G as 5G on steroids, right? Just faster, better, whatever. But as A Gatherer points out here, that's a huge understatement. 6G isn't just an upgrade, it's a totally new architecture, and it's being built from the ground up to work hand in hand with AI. This combo doesn't just improve what we already do. No, it creates the very foundation for a wave of new AI applications that are going to touch every part of our lives.
And this synergy, this is where the real magic happens. Think of it like this. 6G is the super-fast, zero-delay nervous system that AI needs to actually interact with the real world. And in return, AI is the brain that manages the incredible complexity of these new 6G networks. It's going to be predicting traffic, allocating resources on the fly, and even healing the network before we know it's broken. This partnership is what's going to make things that felt like pure science fiction become our reality.
So what does this sci-fi future actually look like? Let's take a look at some of the most mind-blowing ways this tech could completely reshape our world. We're talking everything from our health and our cars to the very way we work and talk to each other. Our source lays out 7 key areas that are about to be completely transformed. Now, besides the ones we're about to dive deep into, just imagine this: AI tutors that create a personalized education for every single student, or smart grids that manage our energy with perfect efficiency, or even autonomous robots that completely change manufacturing as we know it. But for now, let's focus on a few of the most incredible examples in healthcare, transportation, and what work is going to look like.
Okay, let's start with this amazing idea, the digital twin. Picture tiny little nanosensors inside your body, constantly monitoring your health in incredible detail. 6G beams that data instantly to an AI, which then builds a perfect, live, virtual copy of you. So what's the point? Well, a surgeon can practice a super complex operation on your digital twin over and over and over again until they absolutely nail it, all before they even make the first incision on you, the real patient. I mean, this is the very beginning of truly personalized medicine.
Now let's switch gears to transportation. We hear about self-driving cars all the time, right? But the 6G and AI combination, that unlocks completely new ways of doing business. With that rock-solid, always-on connection, your self-driving car wouldn't just sit in your garage all night. It could be out there acting as a driverless taxi, making you money while you're asleep. See? This isn't just a tech shift. It's a fundamental change to our economy and our society.
And you think our Zoom calls are advanced? In a 6G world with what's called extended reality, or XR, they're going to look like ancient history. Instead of a flat screen, you'll be interacting with lifelike 3D holograms of your coworkers. Haptic tech could make a virtual handshake feel real. And AI will just erase language barriers with instant perfect translation. You could have a meeting with people from all over the planet and every single person would hear it in their own language. Incredible.
So, we've seen the unbelievable upside. Safer surgeries, smarter economies, seamless global teamwork. It all sounds fantastic. But the very thing that makes all this possible, that total, real-time connection, also cracks open the door to some pretty terrifying new problems. So we have to ask the hard question. With all this power, what could possibly go wrong?
And the answer is a lot, actually. The source material is really clear on this. With great opportunity comes even greater risk. AI itself is a classic double-edged sword. Sure, we can use it to build amazing defenses, but attackers can use it to launch smarter, faster, and way more destructive attacks on these new hyper-connected systems.
This quote, it really cuts right to the heart of the danger. Remember those medical nanosensors we were just talking about? What happens if a hacker gets control of them? They're not just stealing your health data. They could maliciously change how a device operates inside your body. Suddenly, the threat isn't just digital anymore, it's physical, and it has horrifying life or death consequences. And this kind of massive threat applies to all of our critical systems. An attack isn't just on one car, it's on the car company's central cloud, which could give an attacker control of millions of cars at the exact same time. It's not just one smart meter getting messed with, it's the entire power grid getting jammed, destabilized, and potentially plunging a whole country into darkness. Every single new connection becomes a new potential point of failure on a massive scale. Just to make this really hit home, try to picture the scenario described in the source material. An attacker takes control of millions of empty self-driving cars.
They could just flood our major cities with them, blocking every single intersection, paralyzing transportation, stopping emergency services in their tracks, and bringing the whole flow of society to a grinding halt. That's the scale of the new threat we're talking about here.
Okay, that's a pretty scary picture, I know. But it's not hopeless. The same smart people who are building these technologies are also figuring out how to protect them. The absolute most important thing is that security has to be baked in from the very start, not just slapped on as an afterthought. So, how do we actually do that?
Well, researchers are building a whole new arsenal of defenses. We're talking about things like quantum key distribution, which basically uses the laws of physics to create encryption that is fundamentally impossible to break. Then there's something called zero trust architecture, which is a security model that just assumes an attacker is already in the network and checks every single action constantly. We're also seeing big steps in physical layer security, which hardens the actual hardware against being messed with, and of course, using good AI to hunt down and shut down bad AI.
Now, I'm sure you've heard about blockchain being the answer to all our security problems. And look, it definitely has a ton of potential for keeping data safe and private, but our source urges some caution here. It's not a silver bullet. Blockchain has some major issues with scale. Can it really handle the fire hose of data from billions of devices? And it uses a ton of energy. So yeah, it's a great tool to have, but it's not the single solution to all these challenges.
And that really brings us to the final and maybe most important point. The source suggests that we can probably solve the incredible technical problems of 6G and AI. The real challenge, the one that might be much, much harder, is us. It's human. Can we build AI systems that we can actually understand and hold accountable? And maybe more importantly, can we as a society get over the deep-seated psychological barriers to truly trust a driverless car with our lives or an algorithm with a medical diagnosis? As we race towards this intelligent future, the biggest questions we have to answer might not be about the tech at all, but about our own capacity for trust and for wisdom.